All right, we turn now to some questions that we've received this week from viewers, including several about the COVID-19 pandemic. We've reported how Western New York moved into the high transmission category due to so many new daily cases. Well, despite that, we haven't seen new restrictions put in place because hospitalizations have remained low. Well, just last night, Ed from Akron asked us, are we still seeing a big increase in cases? If it gets worse, will we see a mask mandate or any other COVID rules instituted? So while we can't answer that question directly, this is kind of a good time to show you where we are here in Western New York. This is a chart showing new daily cases for this region dating back a couple of months. And you can see we were really low for so long there throughout March as Omicron was subsiding. Our uptick started right as we entered April, and we've seen kind of this steady climb that you can see up here. We've moved into the high transmission rate. That was as of the 22nd of last month. The good news now, though, if you look at the end here, we have plateaued. Over the past week, the increase has pretty much stopped. We are not seeing a decrease yet, but we would expect that to happen soon now that we've plateaued. So on the flip side of that, we are still seeing hospitalizations go up. Since about the beginning of April, which is this point right here, we've seen the 7-day average pretty much increase every single day. Unlike new cases, we haven't started to flatten out. We're still on the uptick right now. But remember, as we've said since the very beginning of this pandemic, hospitalizations lag behind new cases. So we would hope that we'll plateau in hospitalizations soon and then see those start to go down. For some important perspective, though, we took this chart all the way back, you can see, to January 1st of this year. So we get kind of a bigger time frame here. And that gives us the perspective that right now we are nowhere near the peak that we were back in January when Omicron was hitting our region pretty hard. A little bit more perspective as well. This right here shows all the counties in the United States. And again, much of New York is in that orange or high transmission category. Almost 90% of the counties nationwide, though, are low. They're green. But if we zoom into New York State, this is more good news. While most of our counties are still in high transmission, you can see Cattaraugus County is in yellow. That means medium. And Chautauqua and Allegheny counties are now in the low transmission category. That's because they have fewer than 200 average new daily cases per 100,000 residents. We'll hope that happens everywhere soon. And a final note on hospitalizations. If you look at Erie County as of Wednesday, 170 patients total in the hospital. 52% of them were admitted because of the disease. That means almost half were admitted to the hospital for something else, and then they just subsequently tested positive for the coronavirus. That shows us that there is still quite a bit of virus out in the community, but thankfully it is not as severe as with our previous waves.